Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie caught the eyes of the public during the funeral of their grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. Beatrice and Eugenie were seen getting up before the service for Queen Elizabeth had come to a close. Even the mother, Sarah Ferguson, was seen ready to exit with them. The strange behavior had fun scratching their heads. Why did the pair leave so early? Some royal fans speculated that they wanted to curtsy for the Queen's coffin as it was leaving the building. Fans on Twitter to the platform to ask questions about the odd behavior. One user speculated they wanted a head start and possibly go to the ladies' room as well. Others believed that something was happening at the Queen's funeral service. Meghan Markle and Princess Beatrice had to sit next to Meghan when they're all outside. There were some glares from Beatrice's husband at the toxic duo, and Eugenie completely blanked them. Her Majesty the Queen was close with the York granddaughters. The York sisters were probably genuinely upset at the grandmother's funeral, and having to put up with Harry and Meghan's antics would have been unbearable. Princess Beatrice appeared to break down in tears, and she left her grandmother's funeral only to be comforted by her husband. Edoardo Mapoli-Mossi and her mother, Sarah Ferguson. The princess was reportedly very close to Queen Elizabeth, whom she referred to as Granny. It's believed that Meghan has bitter jealousy towards Beatrice and Eugenie. Harry's always had a close relationship with the York sisters. However, the bond between the girls and their cousin has reportedly soured. It's been revealed that Harry and Eugenie became engaged to the significant others around the same time. However, given the places in the line of succession, the then future Duke of Sussex was given the first wedding, while the younger Princess of York was the second. In other words, Eugenie and Jack's wedding got pushed back in favor of Harry and Meghan's. What really takes the cake is that their now Duchess of Sussex would have jumped at the chance to be the first royal bride up the aisle at St. George's Chapel, which she ended up being. So where does the better jealousy set in? Well, it all has to do with Tiara Gate. Remember how there was that rumor floating around about Meghan wanting to wear an emerald headpiece for a wedding? Well, if Lady Colin Campbell is to be believed, both Michael and Eugenie wanted the same tiara. However, it's believed that the Princess of York had first preference, as it had already been selected before Meghan was given the opportunity to choose her own. In other words, Harry knew of the selection and simply forgot to mention it to his fiancée. In regards to the Queen, she didn't want a granddaughter to be overshadowed by having someone else. Her granddaughter-in-law wore the same tiara. Her Majesty's trusted dresser, Angela Kelly, said Harry and Meghan made an almighty fuss. So where does Princess Beatrice fit into Meghan's bitter jealousy? In Meghan's lawsuit against the newspapers that published the father's letter, she claims that Beatrice and Eugenie don't work for the Queen but have titles. This was in response to the newspaper's claims that Meghan has a title but doesn't work for the Queen. When she did, when she was a working royal, we had to look for another to explain that one to us. So Meghan is jelly over Beatrice and Eugenie having titles and not working for the monarch.